Chapter 5. The Hand of Nergal. In the city of Yaralit, said Attalus, when night falls, the people bar their windows, bolt their doors, and sit shuddering behind these barriers, praying in terror, with candles burning before their household gods, till the clean, wholesome light of dawn etches the squat towers of the city, with living fire against the paling skies. No archers guard the gates. No watchman stride the lonely streets. No thief steals nimbly through the winding alleys, nor do painted sluts simper and beckon from the dark shadows. For in Yaralit, rogues and honest folk alike shun the night shadows. Thief, beggar, assassin, and bedizened wench seek haven in foul-smelling dens, or dim-lit taverns. From dusk to dawn, Yaralit is a city of silence, her black ways empty and desolate. It was not always thus. Once this was a bright and prosperous city, bustling with commerce, with shops and bazaars, filled with happy people, who lived under the strong hand of a wise and gentle satrap, Munthasim Khan. He taxed them lightly, ruling with justice and mercy, busy with his private collection of antiquities. And in the study of these ancient objects, which absorbed his keen, questing mind, the caravans of slow-pacing camels, that wound from the desert gate, bore always with them, amongst the merchants, his agents seeking for rare and curious oddities, to purchase for their master's private museum. Then he changed, and a terrible shadow fell over Yaralit. The satrap was like one under a powerful and evil spell. Where he had been kind, he became cruel. Where generous, greedy. Where just and merciful, secretive, tyrannical and savage. Suddenly, the city guard seized men. Nobles, wealthy merchants, priests and magicians, who vanished into the pits, beneath the satrap's palace, never to be seen again. Some whispered that a caravan from the far south had brought to him something from the depths of demon-haunted Stygia. Few had glimpsed it, and of those, one said shudderingly, that the thing was carven with strange, uncouth hieroglyphs, like those seen on the dusty Stygian tombs. It seemed to cast an evil spell over the satrap. And it lent him amazing powers of black sorcery. Weird forces shielded him from those despairing patriots who sought to slay him. Strange crimson lights blazed in the windows of a tall tower of his palace, where men whispered that he had converted an empty suite into a grim temple to some dark and bloody god. And terror walked the streets of nighted Yaralit, as if summoned from the realm of death by some awesome, devil-purchased law. Exactly what they feared at night, the people did not know. But it was no vain dream, against which they soon came to bolt their doors. Men hinted at slinking, bat-like forms, glimpsed from barred windows. Of hovering, shadowy horrors, alien to human knowledge, deadly to human sanity. Tales spread of doorways, splintered in the night, of sudden unearthly cries, and shrieks torn from human throats, followed by significant and utter silence. And they dared to tell of the rising sun, illuminating broken doors, that swung in houses suddenly and unaccountably empty. The thing from Stygia was the Hand of Nergal. It looks, said Attalus softly, like a clawed hand, carven of old ivory, worked all over with weird glyphs, in a forgotten tongue. The claw clasps a sphere of shadowy dim crystal. I know that the satrap has it, I have seen it here, he gestured, in my crystal. For, although no enchanter, I have learned some of the dark arts. Conan stirred restlessly. And you know of this thing? Attalus smiled faintly. Know of it? I. Old books speak of it, and whisper the dark legend of its bloody history. The blind seer, who penned the Book of Skelos, knew it well, Nergal's hand they name it, shudderingly. They say, it fell from the stars into the sunset isles of the uttermost west. Ages upon ages, before King Kull rose to bring the 7 empires beneath his single standard. Centuries, and ages beyond thought, have rolled across the world, since first bearded Pictish fishermen drew it, dripping from the deep, and stared wonderingly into its shadowy fires. They bartered it to greedy Atlantean merchants, and it passed east across the world. The withered, hoary-bearded mages of Elder Thule and Dark Gronder probed its mysteries in their towers of purple and silver. The serpent men of shadow-haunted Valusia peered into its glimmering depths. With it, Komyazoth whelmed the 30 kings, until the hand turned upon and slew him. For the Book of Skelos says the hand brings 2 gifts unto its possessor. First, power beyond all limit, then death beyond all despair. Only the calm voice of the philosopher droned through the hushed room. But the black-headed warrior thought he could hear, as in a dream, the faint echo of thundering chariots. The clash of steel, the cry of tormented kings, drowned in the clangor of collapsing empires. When all of the elder world was broken, in the cataclysm, and the green sea rolled in restless fathoms, above the shattered spires of lost Atlantis, and the nations sank, one by one in red ruin, the hand passed from the knowledge of men. For 3,000 years, the hand slept. But when the young kingdoms of Koth and Ophir awoke, and slowly emerged from the murk of barbarism, the talisman was found. The dark wizard kings of grim Asheron plumbed its secrets, and when the lusty Hyborians broke that cruel kingdom beneath their heel, it passed southwards, into dusty Stygia, where the bloody priests of that black land set it to terrible purposes, in rites of which I dare not speak. It fell, when some swarthy sorcerer was slain, and was buried with him, sleeping away the centuries. But now, tomb robbers have roused the Hand of Nergal again, and it has come into the possession of Munthassim Khan. The temptation of ultimate and absolute power, which it holds out to all, has corrupted him. As countless others have been corrupted, who fell beneath its insidious spell. I fear me, Cimmerian, for all these lands, now that the demon's hand wakes, and dark forces walk the earth again. Attalus' voice died away, in whispering silence, and Conan growled uneasily, bristling. Well, Crom man, what have I to do with such matters, he rumbled. You alone can destroy the influence of the talisman over the satrap's mind. The smouldering blue eyes widened. How? You alone possess the counter-talisman. You are mad, I hold no truck with amulets, and such like magical trash. Attalus stilled him, with a lifted palm. Did you not find a curious golden object before the battle? He queried softly. Conan started. That I did, at Bahari, yester-eve, as we lay in camp. He plunged one hand into his pocket pouch, and drew out the smooth, glowing stone. The philosopher and the prince stared at it, drawing in their breaths. The heart of Tammuz. Yes, the counter-talisman, in very truth. Heart-shaped it was, and large as a child's fist, worked in golden amber, or perhaps, rare yellow jade. It lay there, in the Cimmerian's hand, glowing with soft fires. And he remembered with a prickling of awe, how the healing, tingling warmth of it had driven from his body the supernatural chill of the bat-winged shadows. Come, Conan, we shall accompany you. There is a secret passageway from this, my chamber, into the satrap's hall. An underground tunnel, like that by which my slave, Hildiko, led you under the city streets into my house. You, armed with the protection of the heart, shall slay Munthassim Khan, or destroy the Hand of Nergal. There is no danger, for he lies deep in a magical slumber, which comes upon him, whenever he has need to summon forth the shadows of Nergal, as he has already done this night, to overwhelm the Tauranian army of King Yildiz. Come. Conan strode to the table, and drained the last of the wine. Then, shrugging, muttering an oath to Crom, he followed the limping seer, and the slim prince into a dark opening behind an arras. In a moment they were gone, and the chamber lay empty, and silent as a grave. The only motion came from flickering lights within the green, jagged crystal beside the chair. Within its depths one could see the small figure of Muntasim Khan, lying in a drugged sleep, within his mighty hall.